And now we have a wonderful speaker for us. I actually watched her on YouTube, and she was great. So I know she's from Nebraska, and I know she has 4 children. I got all this from YouTube. I love YouTube. You can find so much on there. And she's been a minister for many, many years. She has spoken in so many centers all over the country, and she's also a practitioner, of course. And we're so excited to have Reverend Valerie Reeves. Come on up. Let's give her a nice hand.
I'm on? Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Good morning. Good morning. So I am knowing that it is the best day ever. Why? Because we stated yes? Yes. So as Reverend Joyce said, I am from Nebraska. And any Cornhusker fans in here? Yeah, okay, yay. All right, good. If you're from Nebraska, that's our claim to fame. You definitely have to be a Cornhusker fan. I am going to adjust this while I pay no attention to what I'm doing, right? Did it go off? Yeah. You muted me so we wouldn't hear what I'm doing. Technical difficulties. All right, this is going to work. It really is. 2 seconds. I just get too excited sometimes. All right, we're good. I'm golden. Yay. All right, yay! Woo! Now this is the best day ever. And some of you are wondering, why does she take her shoes off? I like to feel really grounded, so hopefully that doesn't distract you. But it helps me feel very grounded and connected to each one of you. Because in this teaching, we are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love. And the way we do that is really pay attention to everything that we're doing and know that there's only one. That every thought is a thing. And I don't know about any of you, but some of the thoughts I've had before, I don't want those to be a thing. So I was talking to my brother back in Nebraska. I'm from the northwest corner, and there is not a Science of Mind center out there. So he was taking his little daughter, my little niece, who's 6 years old, to different centers, and really wanted her, or different churches, because there's not a center there, wanted her to just have a little bit of spirituality. And he said he knew there was an issue when the minister got up there and said, "In the eyes of God, you are but dust." And she said really loudly, "Daddy, what is but dust?" When we keep things simple, like a child, it's like, some of the words that we have, maybe not so great. So being from Nebraska, I was pretty much raised out in the country on a farm. All of Nebraska feels like a farm to me. But my dad would plant wheat, milo, corn. And he would have these beautiful amber waves of grain. And right in the middle of this beautiful wheat field, there'd be a corn stalk. Anybody ever see that? I know you can visualize that, right? And I'd say, "Dad, what happened?" And he'd say, "Well, that seed was not pure, evidently." And sometimes our thought seeds are not pure. So breathing in the fullness of life and being mindful of every thought, every word, every action. I have seen so many times words that I've said, and they just, you just throw them out there, and that universal spirit brings them back. And they show up in times that maybe you just didn't think that that was going to show up. So I have to tell you, the power of words. My sister and I, when I was in high school, the movie Grease came out. Aging myself a little bit. Anybody see the movie Grease? Yeah, it's a classic, of course. There's a line in the movie where all the girls are in the lunchroom. And one of the girls says a line with a New Jersey accent, and I thought, oh, that's so funny. I kept repeating it over and over and over. I'll tell you what the line is in just a moment. So I'm saying it over and over, driving my sister bananas. Well, fast forward 5 years into the future. I am engaged to be married. My fiance and I owned a restaurant, and we had decided, yeah, we're going to get married, and I picked out a very expensive diamond. If I'm going to have one, why not have an expensive one? So we had it on layaway, and on my birthday, I was working, and he decided to surprise me with my diamond ring. So he brought it in, I put it on. It's not fitted yet, but I'm so excited. I'm showing everyone my diamond. Look at my diamond. And as we do in restaurants, we got busy. So I'm running around, taking orders, shaking hands, kissing babies, throwing some trash away, flipping boogers, doing dishes. I threw some trash away, and I realized that my diamond is gone. I'd only had it for a very short time, and I kept remembering, okay, my mother always said, nothing's ever lost, it's only misplaced. But let me tell you, we are taking apart the plumbing. We are taking apart everything. I'm going from table to table. I had made a bunch of salads. I'm going through salads. I'm looking at the salad bar. Could not find it. Went home, cried myself to sleep. Got to get up again the next morning. So I'm going through things, and the day before I had made about 10 salads. And as I'm putting the salad bar together, there's my diamond in the macaroni salad. The line I had said 5 years earlier from the movie Grease, I lost my diamond in the macaroni salad. Now, I had not put these two together, but I called my sister and I told her everything that had happened. And being the metaphysical genius that she is, she said, well, duh. Remember that line? It's, words are so powerful. And I had made about 10 salads. It couldn't be the potato salad. It couldn't be the Jell-O salad or the fruit salad. It was in the macaroni salad, which is the exact salad that I had said. Opportunity meets chance. So be careful what you say. Now it's like, oh yes, I won the lottery. Woo! Yeah. So making sure that we're saying words, transforming our lives, building dreams, revealing love. So being in this transformation, for the last 2 years I've been running the High Desert Center in Apple Valley, and I realized life has gotten a little busier than I like. It's time for me to transform. Something new wants to be built. And so I called a friend of mine and I said, hey, what do you think about coming up here and auditioning and see if the congregation likes you? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So he came up and now he's up there, my friend Doug LeBeau. So he brought music, something I couldn't bring to the center. Beautiful music. And music touches us in a way that nothing else can. So I'm in that space of being a free agent, traveling, talking, touching lives, as we all get to do, and doing it with a childlike spirit. You know, children just keep things simple, don't they? And if we could all have that childlike spirit, where we're just really happy and excited, every day's a new day, and kids don't hold on to stuff. You see kids get together and maybe they get in a little argument and somebody will go pout for a minute, and then it's over, and then they come back together in love. So I like to keep things really simple. I ran the youth back in Kansas City for Dr. Chris Michaels for many years, and then I ran the youth for Dr. David Bruner up in San Jose for many years. And what I found is that the simpler we keep it, the better. I remember working with one of the little boys. His name was Colin, and I showed him a mirror, and I said, Colin, who's this? And he got so excited, he said, oh, it's me! When was the last time you did that? In the ladies' room or the men's room when other people are around? It's me! Where we get excited. Because there is no one else like you. Each one of us are different and amazing. My favorite all-time book is this thing called You, because it's all about you. And one of the things that the founder of this teaching says in this thing called You is the creative law which you use is like a mirror. The thought you hold before you is an image. The mirror image reflects the image you hold before it. Hold there, then, the image of faith and expectancy, with enthusiastic conviction and with undying trust. The only thing that can hinder you is yourself. The only thing that can help you is yourself, because it is you who holds the reflection of the image of the mirror. So it all really comes down to us. So how many of you have a great spiritual practice? All right, how many of you are transforming your practice? It's like, okay, transforming our practice. I decided to put that childlike faith into my practice. So I make my practice pretty fun. And one of the things that I do with my spiritual practice, go to the dollar store, get yourself a little hula hoop. You can practice the hip movement later. But I use this as my vortex. And after I've done my prayer, my meditation, I think of the vortex here, and every thought, every idea, every image, everything that I'm wanting is right here in my vortex. And I can just see it. And I can feel it. And I know the minute that I step into my vortex, it's all right here, right now. To me, I like that visual. Because it is always right here, right now. But to just, okay, everything, the perfect relationship, the perfect day, the perfect career, the perfect abundance, all right here. And all I have to do is step in and allow it and know that it is the best day ever, that life is good and life is very good. So having these fun little games and make it fun, because sometimes, oh, I got to do my spiritual practice. Wow, it's a lot of work. And when we start making things work, then we push against it. And when we push against it, then it's not feeding our souls. So it's like, oh, I get to. And we are so lucky in this country because we get to. And we are so lucky in this life space because we get to create. One of the things in this teaching that I have always really held on to is that the subconscious mind does not know the difference between you or me. So when I'm talking about someone else, my subconscious mind says, yep, that's true for you. If I'm judging something, yep, that's true for you. So being very mindful, I want to see beautiful things out there. Know that there's good stuff. And be aware of the story that I'm telling myself. So as Reverend Joyce said, and I was going to say Dr. Joyce, so I know that there's other things happening, right? As she said, I am from Nebraska, and I have 4 amazing children. My children are all out here in California now. I have my actor, my psychologist, my healer, and my little Buddha. So my little Buddha, he's going to Berkeley right now. He walks on water, truly. But he is very, very enlightened. And I remember being in an airport one day, and he happened to call, and I'm going off about my luggage isn't here, and blah, blah, blah. And quiet and calmly, he says, breathing in, I calm my body. Exhale, I smile. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. There's nothing serious going on here. Everything is in divine order. So I was hanging out with him, and I had picked him up, and I'm having a conversation with him, and then I go into this story. And I'm just talking, I'm really into it. And I look over, and he's just smiling. And I said, I've told you this story before, haven't I? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, why didn't you say something? And he said, because you like that story. We like our stories, don't we? And we get to tell them over and over and over. And even though we may have millions of thoughts every day, about 80% of them are recycled from yesterday. So let's get some new stories, some new thoughts. Put down that old story and create something new, even if you're just making it up. Because I'll have people and I'll watch them tell their stories, and it's like their whole body goes back through it. It's like, back away from that story and tell something new. Even if it's a new story and you're just recreating something. Once upon a time, I was born to the most magical parents in the world. And there was magic in me and magic in everyone. Create a new story. In fact, that is my charge for you today. Create a new story. Make it a nice little nursery rhyme that you could tell a 3 or 4-year-old. This is the story of your life. And maybe it's not what you've actually experienced, because, we all got our stuff. And we can either stay in that stuff and keep telling that story, or we can transform. As Jesus said, be ye renewed by the transforming of your mind. Transform your mind. Tell a new story. And be mindful of the story that you're telling yourself all day long. When you're driving down the 405 and they won't get out of your way. Tell a new story. It's like, yes, I'm always in the divine right time, even though that guy just wanted to step right in front of me. Evidently, he's in a big hurry. Or somebody honks at you. Or birds fly. You never know what happens out there. It's like, I bless you. Namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you, regardless of how we're showing up. So how are you showing up? Are you living the life you love? Are you asking yourself, what would I love? What would I love in this moment? And getting at that space, sometimes when we're in that space, what would I love? Well, it may not please other people around you. She's singing a new song. So making sure that we're in that balance where we're not overextending, I'm doing for everyone else, and then I'm carrying that baggage around. Put that baggage down. Step into a new vortex, a new story. Start playing through life. As Ernest Holmes says in this thing called You, the greatest gift life could have made to you is yourself. How many of you woke up this morning and said, I am a gift? Okay, well, maybe tomorrow morning, okay? Or you'll take it now. You are a spontaneous, self-choosing center in life, in the great drama of being, the great joy of becoming, the certainty of eternal expansion. Life will be to you what you are to it. What am I to it? Am I love and compassion, goodness, uplifting? Or am I dragging my bag of drama around? Put that down. Transform to a new story, a new life, a new day, new excitement. So when we're looking at things from a certain viewpoint, we see things. I see things from this viewpoint, and if I was to turn around, I would see things from a different viewpoint. Sometimes we just have to step away from all of the stuff that's going on and see it from a different viewpoint. How can I lift myself up? Because when we're right down there in it, it's all around us, and we get so immersed in it. So taking a breath and stepping away from that story and saying, I deserve to have a beautiful life. I deserve to allow myself to be who I am. And if you haven't read Terry Cole Whitaker's book, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business, pull it out, read it, find it. The title really says it all, but there's so much in that book. What anybody else thinks of you, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is, what do you think about you? When all is said and done, how are you feeling about you? And when I left the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, I had so many people trying to hold on and saying, please stay, please stay. And it's like, I'm at a space that I'm ready to go to the next level, to something different. I've been here, I'm ready, and the center is ready to move and grow in another way. Sometimes it may not be the most comfortable thing, saying goodbye, yet when we're honoring ourselves, it is the most freeing thing. And being an example of living your dreams. Living your dreams. Being aware of what we're saying, because we move in the direction of our most dominant thought. We create our most dominant thought. So in your vortex, what is your most dominant thought? Are you looking in the mirror saying, yeah, I look good? Or, oh, look at this. I better do something with that. Don't do that to you. Get excited. Eyes are bright and shiny, ready to go. Be nice to you. Sometimes we're saying stuff to ourselves that we wouldn't say to, not that we would have any enemies, but things that we wouldn't say to our worst enemy. Be nice, loving, and kind to you. Because it's only when we make peace with ourselves and love ourselves that we can truly be at peace and at love with others. So let's take all of this love inside our heart of hearts. Let's step into that vortex where all goodness is flowing. Let's be in the childlike nature that, yes, best day ever. They're excited whether it's raining, whether the wind is blowing, whether there's a tornado. They don't care. It's just a great day. And something wonderful is about to happen with every step that I take. So let's take all of this love and everything and all the goodness and the health, harmony, prosperity that's in your vortex, and let's close our eyes for just a moment to any distraction as we go inside our heart of hearts. Just breathing in the fullness of life. Allowing the goodness of spirit to bubble up from inside, because it's always there. It's always there. There is only one mind, one power, one essence, one infinite intelligence, one beautiful magical universe that flows in, as, and through each and every one of us. Knowing that every cell in our bodies is resonating that spirit, that love, that connectedness. As we immerse ourselves in this moment of love and peace and harmony, giving love to every cell in our body, knowing that the universe is conspiring for our highest and best always, that life is good and life is very good as we just step into that vortex. letting go of anything that does not serve us. That there is divine health right here, right now. There is perfect prosperity. Money, abundance, opulence flows with ease, with grace, with love, with joy. All relationships, perfect harmony, because we state it right here, right now. Just as every cell is working in divine harmony, the relationship with each other, the relationship we have with the universe is right and perfect right now. As we stay in that space of gratitude, I am so grateful for this beautiful, opulent life. I am so grateful for beautiful friendships and beautiful people, for a beautiful, healthy world. And in this gratitude, I just release my word into the action of the law, knowing that nothing is ever withheld from me, that all good is right here, right now, as we all anchor this in mind together by saying, and so it is. Namaste.